You remember the movie, the jungle, the stampede? The hunter Van Pelt. We dove deep to find the 20 surprising things from the 1995 set, starting with the one casting change that would have broken the entire Marvel Cinematic Universe. Number 1. Imagine the movie Jumanji without Kirsten Dunst as Judy Shepherd. It almost happened. The actress who read for the part, the one who tried to land the role, was a young 11-year-old Scarlett Johansson, but the role went to Dunst because she brought a deeper understanding of the character. Dunst knew Judy's constant lying was a way to cope with the death of her parents, which gave the role the necessary depth and sadness. She landed the part because she seemed older and more mature than her age.
Maybe I should roll.
Do you have any idea what it's like to be known as the little girl who saw Alan Parrish murdered?
Having already starred in Interview with the Vampire, Johansson's reading was great, but Dunst's emotional depth won the day. Number 2. This is the kind of detail that makes you rewind the movie. The ruthless hunter, Van Pelt, is played by the same actor who played Alan Parrish's strict father, Sam Parrish, Jonathan Hyde. This wasn't just a fun casting choice, it was a piece of pure cinematic symbolism designed by the director, Joe Johnston. The creative team wanted to reinforce Alan's emotional journey. Alan, trapped for 26 years, had to face his biggest fear, the disappointment of his father, in the form of the hunter trying to kill him. Think about it. Van Pelt is a hunter, a man of action and discipline, just like the image Alan's father wanted him to be. When Van Pelt finally corners Alan, he doesn't just shoot him, he lectures him. He tells Alan he needs to learn to face things like a man. This is the core trauma of Alan's past speaking to him. Not just a random villain. The hunter is the physical manifestation of Alan's fear of the man who forced him to be a man. By defeating Van Pelt, and by extension finishing the game, Alan finally overcomes the crippling self-doubt and fear of his father's judgment that had defined his life. This subtle casting choice adds a layer of emotional storytelling that most viewers completely miss on a first watch. Number 3. Before Robin Williams signed on, the director and producers had their eyes on another Hollywood legend, Tom Hanks. Can you imagine Forrest Gump running from a lion? While Hanks certainly has the range to balance the dramatic and comedic parts of the role, he wasn't the one they got. Williams initially passed on the first script draft because it was too basic and lacked the emotional heart. The script went through heavy rewrites to make it the story we know, adding the emotional weight of Alan's childhood and his relationship with his father. That's when Williams finally agreed. It's a good thing, because Williams brought a unique, frantic energy that is impossible to beat, perfectly balancing the comedy and the deep loneliness of a man trapped for decades in a jungle. Number 4. This is one of the most powerful stories from the set, showing what kind of person Robin Williams was. Child actors have strict rules about how long they can work on set, governed by labour laws. When producers tried to get the kids, Kirsten Dunst and Bradley Pierce, to work overtime to save money, Williams shut it down immediately.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the movie Jim Johnny. Oh, I'm sorry, that's the movie Jim Jammy.
Jumanji!
Jumanji, that's right.
The financial stakes were high. According to Bradley Pierce, the producers could save over $100,000 by pushing the children just an extra half hour, rather than having to schedule an entire extra day of filming. Williams refused to let this happen. He told the crew, "No, we are not doing any extra time. You're going to let everybody out now, and we're going to come back next week." Williams had filmed Mrs. Doubtfire and understood the physical and emotional pressure on young actors. He used his massive star power to protect the kids, showing his true character and prioritising their well-being over the production's budget. It was a clear line drawn by a Hollywood veteran.
I knew this was going to be a bad day.
Hey, come on. We're gonna be fine. We just have to keep our heads.
Number 5. In 1995, computer graphics were still new. Jurassic Park had just arrived, but creating realistic animals was still a huge challenge. Visual effects producer Mark Miller explained the difficulty. With dinosaurs, they had a little leeway because people don't know exactly how they moved. But with lions, monkeys, and alligators, people can go to the zoo. They know what's real and what looks fake. To solve this problem, Industrial Light and Magic, ILM, had to invent a new tool called iSculpt. This software was revolutionary. It allowed animators to quickly develop and apply a huge library of realistic facial expressions for every single animal, making the CGI look groundbreaking for the time. This was a massive technical leap just for this film, pushing the boundaries of what was possible in animation and setting a new standard for creature effects that would influence other films for years. Number 6. When Peter rolls the dice and turns into a monkey, that wasn't just CGI. It was heavy, physical prosthetics and detailed makeup. Bradley Pierce had to sit in the makeup chair for 3.5 uncomfortable hours every morning for nearly 70 days of filming. This long process meant early mornings and a lot of patience for the young actor. Robin Williams, who spent hours in the chair for Mrs. Doubtfire, offered Pierce tips on how to cope with the grueling process, like how to stay calm and focused during the application. That's a huge commitment for a young actor, showing the effort put into the physical effects.
What, are you crying? You don't cry, all right? You keep your chin up. Come on, keep your chin up.
Number 7. The author of the original 1982 picture book, Chris Van Allsburg, got the idea for Jumanji from his own boredom. He said that when he was a kid playing games like Monopoly, they felt exciting, but when the game ended, all I had was fake money. He wanted to create a game where every move had a real, chaotic consequence in the real world. This frustration with fake money led to a real-world jungle disaster, proving that sometimes the best ideas come from being completely bored and wishing for something more exciting. Number 8. In big Hollywood productions, movies are almost never shot in order. For Jumanji, they had to film the very last scene of the movie, the Christmas party where the Parrish house is clean and intact, first. Why? Because the rest of the movie involved a stampede, a flood, and a massive set destruction sequence that would completely destroy the set. They had to get the before shot of the house before the after chaos began. This is a classic filmmaking trick to save on rebuilding costs and ensure continuity for the happy ending.
So, when can you start?
Number 9. Robin Williams was famous for his improvisational skills, but on a movie with so many complex effects and tight timing, director Joe Johnston needed Williams to stick to the script. Williams agreed to a great compromise. For every scene, he would film several takes that followed the script word for word. Then, he would film one final take where he could let loose and ad-lib. This gave the director all the material he needed while still getting some of Williams' genius, which often resulted in the best, most spontaneous lines that made the final cut.
Sarah, come on. My dad did that.
Number 10. Before the recent blockbuster sequels starring The Rock, Jumanji was adapted into an animated TV series. It ran on UPN and BKN from 1996 to 1999. The show ignored the continuity of the film and gave the Shepherd siblings and Alan new adventures inside the game. This show is a forgotten piece of the Jumanji franchise history, proving the concept had staying power even without the movie's massive budget. The cartoon often showed the kids going back into the jungle to help Alan. Number 11. The massive ambition of the effects came with a massive price tag. The entire special effects budget for the movie was approximately $50 million. This was a huge amount of money in 1995, showing how much Hollywood was betting on groundbreaking CGI. That huge cost was why the producers were so desperate to get the child actors to work overtime, a desperate measure Robin Williams prevented. The spending paid off, making the film a visual spectacle that drew huge crowds and justified the big budget. Number 12. Here is a fun crossover fact that most people miss, connecting a chaotic jungle adventure to a beloved Disney classic. The child actor who played Peter Shepherd, Bradley Pierce, was already a seasoned voice acting professional before he ever set foot in the Parrish mansion. Just a few years earlier, he was the voice of the tiny, adorable teacup, Chip, in Disney's 1991 classic Beauty and the Beast. That's right, the boy who turns into a monkey in Jumanji and the innocent teacup from Beauty and the Beast are the same person. It's a huge contrast in roles, showing off Pierce's range as a child actor. He also did voice work for other major animated projects and TV shows, including the animated series The Little Mermaid, showing he was a true voice acting veteran before his big live-action role in Jumanji. This deepens the trivia and gives viewers a fun fact they can use to impress their friends.
Need a hand? Why, you just wait. We'll help you out. We each have 8.
Number 13. The The CGI was a viral success, but it was so convincing that it caused a bizarre rumour to spread. The visual effects were so lifelike that a rumour started that an actual elephant had been killed during the production of the film. That rumour, though false, proves the quality of the special effects team and the stunning realism they achieved for the time. It was a testament to the work of industrial light and magic. Number 14. When they filmed in Keene, New Hampshire, the fictional Parrish shoe factory sign was painted on the side of a real building. The town loved Robin Williams so much that the sign was repainted and remains on the wall to this day. After the actor's passing, the sign became a makeshift memorial. It's a real-world monument to the movie's legacy and Williams' positive impact on the community, drawing fans to the location for years. The townspeople were so fond of Williams and the movie's presence that when the film crew tried to paint over the sign after wrapping, the locals campaigned to have it restored. Eventually, the town recreated the iconic sign, and it still stands as a tribute to the film's lasting cultural impact.
What is it?
What is it? Man, this is the future!
Number 15. When filming wrapped, Robin Williams didn't just give out cheap gifts. He gave every cast member a hardbound copy of the shooting script, which is a cool collectible on its own. But he also autographed each one with a personalised handwritten message. Bradley Pierce's script read, "You were a great monkey boy and a pleasure to work with. You have a bright future ahead."
What do you think, the Embalmers Academy?
This shows his genuine care for his co-stars and his sense of humour, turning a simple wrap gift into a priceless keepsake. Number 16. Fans always asked Robin Williams what the word Jumanji meant. He would often joke that it was an island in the Caribbean or some other made-up place. But the word is actually from the Zulu language in South Africa, and it means many effects. Given the sheer chaos that erupts from the board, it's a perfect and surprising match, whether the creators knew it or not. It's a deep-cut trivia fact that adds a cool layer of meaning to the title. Number 17. The entire town of Keene, New Hampshire was so welcoming during the shoot that on November 15th, 1994, the mayor gave Robin Williams the keys to the city. Williams, a San Francisco native, was genuinely surprised by how welcoming the small town was. It speaks to the positive atmosphere Williams created everywhere he went, leaving a lasting, positive impression on the locals. Number 18. Robin Williams, who was an only child and moved around a lot as a kid, said he deeply identified with the character of Alan Parrish. He understood the feelings of isolation and abandonment that Alan felt because his own parents worked hard and he had no siblings to play with. This personal connection is what made his performance so powerful and real, giving Alan's isolation a genuine depth that resonated with so many viewers. Number 19. The ending of Jumanji, where Alan Parrish is sent back in time 26 years to a perfect version of his childhood, is a direct nod to the classic film It's a Wonderful Life. In that film, the main character gets to see what life would be like if he was never born. In Jumanji, the time reset gives Alan the life he always wanted, correcting the mistakes of his past. To make the homage hit home, the song Hark Hear the Angels Sing is being played and sung by the party guests in the final scene. It's a purposeful cinematic choice that gives the film a huge heart, confirming that the movie is about more than just a chaotic board game. It's about second chances.
The award-winning children's book by Chris Van Allsburg presented endless possibilities, which became realities in the hands of the best special effects artist in the business.
Number 20. And finally, to close the book on this classic, the film is based on a Caldecott medal-winning picture book. This is one of the most prestigious awards in children's literature, showing the high-quality source material. The original book, written by Chris Van Allsburg, is a work of art that is worth checking out. It's not just based on a random story, it's based on a highly acclaimed piece of children's fiction. The book is a work of art, and if you want to see the original story that launched this chaotic franchise, I'll leave a link to it below. But the next time you watch Jumanji, remember those 26 years Alan spent in the jungle. It would have been a completely different movie if Tom Hanks had taken the role, and the fact that the villain was literally his father, well, that changes everything. Drop which Jumanji sequel nailed the jungle adventure best, and let us know which movie we should cover next.
The concept that this game is magical, and that once you start, you have to finish in order to make everything return back to normal.